Hello and welcome to the history of the Orville. On today's episode, we'll be talking about the USS Orville. And here we go. But first, a special thanks to Roland for his continued contributions to the channel, as well as his suggestion to make this episode. Thanks, Roland. And now, here we go. The USS Orville ECV 197 was a mid-level exploratory-class vessel in Planetary Union service in the early 25th century. This ship was commanded by an unnamed captain and first officer until 2419. Captain Ed Mercer and First Officer Kelly Grayson assumed command of the Orville in September 2419. The Orville was designed for long-distance exploration and cartography of uncharted space. Therefore, nearly 300 crew members and their families live on the Orville, working in science, medical, engineering, and security sections. The ship hosted a quantum drive, capable of brief spurts of speed, over 10 light-years per hour. In 2422, the ship was upgraded, with its speed now reaching 17 light-years per hour. The Orville was not intended for combat, though it is equipped with essential military and defensive armaments. The ship participated in many military conflicts, most notably the Battle of Earth in early 2421. The Orville was one of 3,000 ships in the Planetary Union. It was classified as exploratory, a spacecraft within the Union military's wing, with the purpose of exploring and charting the outer reaches of the Union's home quadrant of the galaxy. As a mid-level ship, the Orville was considerably smaller than a Union heavy cruiser. Like other Union vessels, it was directed by a captain and first officer from the bridge, and complemented by a sick bay, bridge, engineering decks, residential quarters, a shuttle bay, a communications wing, and a mess hall. The Orville had at least one communication buoy, which it ejected from a hole in its mid-dorsal section. The buoy was used to physically deposit messages in space when the ship could not remain, such as leaving a message for an away team when the Orville was needed for an emergency rendezvous with another ship. Additionally, the vessel housed shuttlecraft within the shuttle bay, with at least 4 6-seat shuttles. Ship systems include communication array, which is a network of transmitters and receivers to send information within the ship or across space. Environmental controls maintained atmospheric qualities within the ship. Navigational array. Space travel was navigated through spatial manifolds located in engineering or by traditional star charts. Quantum drive array. The craft's propulsion system, based on Dysonium-powered quantum engines. The drive configuration on the Orville provided the ship with speeds of over 10 light-years per hour, more than 87,660 times the speed of light. In 2422, the ship had a 4th-generation quantum drive core that let them go 17 light-years per hour. Scanner array. The ship's scanner array housed both external and internal scanners. External scanners detected and recorded information about foreign objects or the outside environment. Internal scanners recorded security information in the form of video and audio recordings, as well as tracked the locations of persons. Isaac upgraded the scanner array in the summer of 2420. Tractor beam. The ship featured a tractor beam with an attuned beam of gravity that could attract objects to the ship or could be reversed to repel objects away from the ship, as well as a beam capable of slicing a multi-kilometer-long asteroid in a matter of seconds, which was called a cutting beam. Weapons array. The interconnected external systems of the offensive ship's weapons, including plasma torpedoes and plasma cannons. Deflector screens. The Orville boasted a high-capacity shield grid to protect itself from various threats, such as impacts from debris, various space-related and energetic phenomena, and hostile weaponry. The deflectors could be optimized to deal with specific threats such as plasma storms and radiation. The deflectors were upgraded in 2421 by the Mulclan fleet. Plasma cannons, the Orville's primary weapon. Plasma cannons fired pulses of high-energy plasma particles, more precise than the torpedoes, able to make precision strikes against strategic points on an enemy ship, but not powerful enough to immediately penetrate the deflectors of a capital ship. The Orville possessed dual plasma cannons located on the nacelles of the lower quantum drive. The ventral tensor coils, which was a substantial blindside since the cannons could not fire directly above without hitting the upper tensor coils, and plasma torpedoes. The Orville had a total of 6 torpedo tubes. 2 were located aft parallel with the shuttle bay, and 4 on the ventral side of its main hull, capable of rapid fire. The Orville could launch its entire torpedo inventory in a single volley, if necessary, in any direction, which suggested the ship shared a common magazine. Torpedoes were more powerful than the energy pulse cannons, and more effective against powerful deflectors, but not as precise. Hey, thank you very much everyone for watching. Have a great day, and thanks again, Roland. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.